Welcome back to Primetime News and a special welcome to those of you watching on onespotmedia.com. Double the income tax threshold to $3 million. That recommendation to the government this evening as Jamaicans continue to struggle with the increased cost of living. The suggestion came from the People's National Party PNP at its 85th annual conference earlier today. Opposition leader and PNP President Mark Golding also outlined plans for a number of sectors, including education.
Our economy is not delivering prosperity for the majority of our people. For this government, prosperity is symbolized as a donkey. It is their hee-haw way of delivering prosperity in this country. The JLP's jackass name prosperity is symbolic of the low-wage, low-tech, low-growth economy in which Jamaica is trapped.
Opposition leader Mark Golding criticizing the government for its handling of the economy. While acknowledging the reduction in the country's debt-to-GDP ratio, he argued that more should be done to help people given the high cost of living. Annual inflation as at July 2023 was 6.6%. In 2022, inflation went up to 11.8%. And so there was this suggestion.
It is also time to increase the income tax threshold from 1.5 million to at least 3 million to take account of the high levels of inflation since it was last reset 7 years ago and give a reasonable buffer for ongoing inflation, which is still a problem. And we're calling on the government to implement that increase.
The $3 million proposal is more than the 40% increase put forward by the PNP in May. That recommendation in May would have pushed the income tax threshold to $2.1 million, just below a $2.2 million recommendation from trade unions and economists. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark has promised to look at that recommendation. In the meantime, if the PNP forms the next government, Mr. Golding said they would end contract work for those working in full-time positions while revamping legislation for the employee share ownership plan. More emphasis would also be placed on education and training, while the school feeding program would be expanded.
We cannot accept what exists in education today, where over 30% of children leaving primary school cannot read and write. And around 50% don't have the basic number skills or comprehension skills. That is a recipe for underdevelopment, for backwardness, and for persistent poverty. Bond that, the PNP, not in that, we have to change that.
Regarding energy, Mr. Golding said renewables would become a greater part of Jamaica's energy mix to help reduce the cost of electricity.
Many families in Jamaica want to regularize their status as electricity consumers, but cannot afford the high cost of rewiring, inspection, and certification to do so. The next PNP government will introduce a major program to assist households to regularize their electricity consumption. And we will include, as part of the regularization process, the installation of solar panels at people's homes so that ongoing electricity usage of regularized customers is more affordable and also reduces Jamaica's carbon footprint.